Well, the English are coming again. Sing Jerusalem from the rooftops and into our hearts and minds. Welcome back to The Grade Cricketer, brought to you by ACCO, India's leading digital insurance company. My name is Ian Higgins, and Sam Perry is he, and we're really proud of our English brethren today, aren't we?
No. Had we discussed this off air?
No.
Not at all. No. In no way.
Yeah, fuck them. Australia 5-0. Well, we briefed you. We briefed them, the audience that is, and they said there was going to be a pumping in this game. And England won by an innings and 76 runs. Fuck. That was a real pumping. That was a true pumping. India got pumped. Pumped.
Oh,
breathlessly pumped.
Yes. Oh, well, everyone could see
yes.
that. Everyone could see that was going to happen yesterday.
Well, if you actually understand what happens.
Yeah. You categorically called it yesterday.
I didn't see India losing 8 wickets in the hour and a half or whatever. But you know, if I was going to put it to you in grade terms,
please.
1 brings 8 here, boys. 1 brings 8 because that was the tone of the day. So let's get into the first thing, Pez, if I may.
There was a point, funny you say that, there was a point when both Pujara and Kohli were in at the start of the day. Yeah. Now, Pujara, this stat's going around with Pujara, that's the 6th time he's failed to score a run when coming in overnight, or not out overnight.
It's
the 6th time. He joins Callis and Chris Cairns.
Oh, really?
All that stuff really means is you've played a lot of tests.
Played heaps of tests, yeah. That's the same
and
thing.
You've done quite well to be not out overnight.
Yeah. It's a weird weakness to have. Like if you're batting, if you're batting the end of a day's play, you're like, oh fucking hell.
Yeah.
Can we just keep playing for a bit? I want to get me 100. I want to get me 100.
But you could hear over the stump mics, they were 2 for 215 or something, and they were 130 behind.
139, yeah.
Something like that. And someone behind the stumps, I think it might have been Bairstow, said something like, 4 down and 100 behind. Like he was, you know how like it was as a fielder sometimes you try and put a vision in the batter's head. It turned out he was being a bit conservative.
He was a bit.
The thing was wrapped up in fucking 50 minutes.
Fucking hell. I also find that stat with Anderson getting Kohli out the most times in Test cricket and Tendulkar as well. So Anderson's got Tendulkar and Kohli out the most time in Test cricket. That to me just says they played against each other heaps. like Anderson, think I'm a great bowler.
Yeah.
Virat's a great batsman. But they've just played against each other heaps. So statistically,
yeah. Exactly. So it's like Anderson's got Kohli out the most times. So it's like, and Kohli scored the most runs off him too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. First thing, Pez. Let's celebrate England because it was a great day out for them and a great Test match generally. First thing, England take 8 for 63. Obviously, the star of the match, the man of the match, star of the morning on day 4 there. Robinson took 5 for 65, 7 for the match. Lots of talk. They reckon they've got a guy here. He's got 23 wickets in his 4 tests at 17. Fucking, you can't argue with those numbers.
Yeah.
You cannot argue with those numbers, so don't even bother arguing with me. Stop arguing with me. So, I mean, I think he's putting in these performances. He's a real challenger for Broad, I reckon, when Broad's fully fit.
Yeah, so we're doing Ashes talk now. So what does this mean for the Ashes?
No, well, I think it's interesting with England's bowling stocks generally. I find Robinson and Broad similar-ish bowlers. And I suppose Broad is at the end of his career.
Yeah, I think Robinson is the successor now. I mean, I saw Michael Vaughan even suggest to Harsha Bogle this morning that he may have leapfrogged Archer. Now, Michael Vaughan, you always take that sort of stuff with a pinch of salt. There's a few levels when it comes to that kind of gear. But he's really I think after 4 games, when he continually takes wickets, it's his second 5-er in 4 games. You can say he's a real deal. I felt like yesterday morning UK time was just one of those hours or sessions where, firstly, like England bowled very, very well.
Yeah, they
I
did.
thought. They bowled well the day before too.
Yeah,
but it was one of those ones where you see it, you watch it, and it just felt like every ball had someone's name on it, or like. And that the batters just couldn't deal with the swing, the channel, the nibble, the nip, the zip. Everything was doing something,
nice.
And you're like, someone's going to nick off here.
Yeah.
In a second,
yeah. I thought the way the Pujara kicked the first wicket of the day, he kicked it and it was somehow given not out. That was a weird sequence of events. But But the way that he was defeated in the air was akin to Bairstow being bowled by Axar Patel in the other series over there in India a few months ago. And that it was just a revealer of like, now we've done so well.
Yeah.
215 for 2. Forget about it, because I've forgotten how to play swing again. I'm going to kick this off stump. It was a revealer to the dressing room of like, nah, this we're absolutely cooked here. Yeah. We're absolutely cooked.
I mean, we're probably going to pick this up later, but there's been a lot of analysis of Virat Kohli's dismissals and his outside fourth, fifth stump, and they were showing replay after replay of how good he was at leaving the day before. And even in the morning, and as I was watching it, I know we're just lay people. The like elements of like the degrees of precision that you need to know when to leave or to play when the ball's coming at that pace and coming in and away. Like, you know, as an away bat, it is so effing hard to bat in England, especially when they're just at you like that. The whole thing just shows how good Steve Smith was in 2019.
Yeah. Although Anderson wasn't playing in that series, so it wasn't actually really that good at all. I thought it was weird as well, just in the context of England bowled twice in this game where it was sunny. And like the whole thing about leads and Headingley is that like you check the big fella upstairs. Yeah. And if it's clear skies, you have a bat. And it's like that just has not been the case at all in this game. Also, I found interesting Craig Overton, who is probably like sixth string. He's taken 6 wickets in this game, plus 32 runs in the innings when they batted as well, batting at 9. So he's had a solid game as well.
Oh, he keeps his place, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Okay, let's get to the second thing here, Pez. India's batting folds again. There's that remarkable sequence. We'll just go back to what you were saying. Atherton was on Sky and he was talking about that the precision with off stump. And actually, what you've got to do is, mate, you've just got to look where the same position is with the ball.
Oh, do you? As they're all just running. I just saw his wrist was a bit that way.
Bairstow saying some shit from second slip, and there was that remarkable passage though where Kohli, he played a couple of nice shots and then he sort of played miss. He flicked his pad, didn't he? And then Butler didn't appeal, or they kind of appealed later.
Yeah, he definitely appealed because everyone else was.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to be part of it. And Kohli starts to walk, and then Rahane's like, "You fucking get back here, Virat. You fucking get back here. Let's have a look at that upstairs."
Look,
that was weird, wasn't it?
It was because through the stump mic, it sounded very thuddy, like it sounded bad.
It didn't sound nicky. Yeah,
but I just think that Nicky just
so lucky boy.
Nicky. Yeah, Kohli walked off. Just goes to show that. People don't always know. You don't always know.
And umpiring's easy.
Mate, the whole thing, done before lunch. Fans get their 50% refund. Time to pack up the hamper. Head to the Yorkshire Hills in the sun and partake in a bit of ferret legging.
What the fuck is that?
One of the Yorkshire's great pastimes.
Ferret legging?
Ferret legging.
Ferret legging.
Do you know what it is?
Ferret legging.
Ferret legging. It's a simple game. Contestants take live ferrets and shove them down their pants. The winner is whoever can stand the ferret's teeth and claws the longest.
What the fuck is that?
It's a simple game. That's what Yorkshire people do. They partake in ferret legging.
Wait till both days batting it. One brings two.
One brings two. Two nibbles. Talk about nibbles.
Fucking hell, yeah. Bit of zip.
Anyway, then Moeen Ali turned one.
Oh, what a peach that was. So I thought... So we're focusing on India's batting here. I thought as well, Rishabh Pant running down the wicket first ball, that to me says I can't play swing.
That's right.
I can't sit and prod and poke. I need to just hit out or get out, basically. And he did this. He's done the same thing in all three games. He to me is obviously a wonderful batsman. He's had a great summer in Australia, keeping as well. And batting in England's fucking hard. And when he's coming in at 6 and he's running down the wicket first ball, like he's batting in Chennai or wherever, it says to me, like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to face this level of quality bowling when it's swinging like this. I don't have the skills in my arsenal.
Yeah, I think it revealed a fundamental distrust of his own technique to stay.
Yeah.
And I think it demonstrates and I'm sure he'll overcome this because he's very, very good and he'll get better.
Yeah.
But he has limitations around, what he's able to bring to the side. And, in that particular... That's why Test cricket's so good. This series just shows how good Test cricket is. Conditions just reveal so much around what players can do and what they can't do, And it just now we're 1-1. We just weren't saying that 5 days ago.
No, it's
incredible. It just didn't seem like that. We'll talk about momentum later as well. But, like English cricket, it reveals you. It finds you out.
100%.
It's great.
Because I was thinking, like, the batting lineup for India, these aren't bad players playing bad shots. There's been the odd bad shot, don't get me wrong, but these are good players who have been revealed that they have technical deficiencies against a swinging ball. Because if this was... Now, we've obviously watched Australia go over there our entire lives and struggle, especially the last 20 years. We haven't won there since 2001, I think it is. So... if we're watching Australia, we'd be like, how come we can't play the swinging ball? We're seeing the same thing with a great batting lineup that is India.
Yeah.
Plenty of guys averaging over 40 in Test cricket, and they're being found out. And that's how fucking hard it is to bat.
It's a challenge.
And it's the same thing as when we go over to India. Batting away from home is extremely difficult. And I don't know what the answer is, because I'm not necessarily sure that if a guy comes in, like Prithvi Shaw, for instance, is he going to be any more equipped to play the swinging ball than guys who are... Like Rahane, for instance, he's probably on the chopping block. He's already got a 50 in this innings, in this Test series. I'm not sure. But one thing I do find interesting, though, is that the tail is long. The tail is real long. And I know what happened at Lords was amazing, and it was fun, and it was funny. But 6 down in this game twice, they added 50 runs, 11 and 39. England, the one innings they had 6 down, 49 runs. I think there is a little... In these fine margins, if you're going to win away from home, you've almost got to be perfect, right? I think there's these little margins, especially if you're top 6 and your 6 is running down the wicket first ball. You've got 5 batters who are going to give you a crack. If they're not scoring the runs, 8 to 11, there's no runs there, in my opinion. All right, Pez, third thing. What does this mean? What does this mean? The fourth Test starts at the Oval on Thursday, and Jadeja's getting precautionary scans for his knee. I think he'll be okay, but he's getting precautionary. He's in hospital at the moment.
1-1, 2 to play. Old Trafford will be a decider. Just quickly on England. England have been built on Root and Anderson until now, but they've brought some players into the series with this game.
Yep.
Burns has a 60, Hamid has a 60, Milan has a 70, Bairstow a catch and some quick runs. Robinson's the real deal. Overton, 32 runs and a couple of wickets and feels a third slip.
Yep.
Works probably comes back into the side for Curran now. Starting to look like it's got a little bit more steel around it.
Yeah.
England. I'm keen. It's interesting. Every time we talk about Jimmy Anderson playing a series now, it's kind of like, well, he'll have to be managed through the series. I mean, how do you not play him again? Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Is that a myth? I mean, he'll play, won't he? If
I think
fit.
he's got to play.
Yeah. So.
Mate, he's got to play.
He's got to play. Let's not forget that England, lost or drew their preceding 7 Test matches. So I'm not saying it's necessarily a new dawn for England, but it's 3 a.m. 4 a.m. You can hear the birds chirp, and you can hear a little robin coming through there, little Yorkshire robin.
Little Robin Smith.
Exactly, if you will.
That's a weird 90s reference. He was a good player, Robin Smith.
But he was a good player. But for India, there's now selection questions, and it particularly relates to bringing in Ashwin.
Ashwin's got to play at the Oval, I think.
And do you do it in at the expense of whom? Do you bring in Hanuma Vihari as well at 6?
Yeah.
You move Punt to 7, Ashwin to 8, and 3 seamers. See you later, Jadeja.
Big call.
Or
Jadeja's probably their best stick at the moment.
If you are making batting decisions, is it just bringing in Vihari and pushing Jadeja down to 8?
So Virat
Ashwin.
Virat said this morning he doesn't believe in the balance of 7 batters. So I think he likes the makeup of the team. But is Punt considered a batter in that?
He's just a keeper. Just a keeper bat. I mean, his contributions are essentially that of a keeper bat at the moment.
True.
So what do you do? You're bringing Ashwin in, and who are you bringing him in for?
I don't know. Well, does Ishant play? Ishant's had a really bad game.
I'd bring another pacer in for Ishant, even if you weren't bringing Ashwin in.
Kua?
Yeah, I mean,
possibly.
He was out of rhythm, and they've got too many good quicks.
I think it's interesting with the batters, mate. And I was just thinking about what England could possibly bring for the Oval Test match. England have just fucking, for me anyway, come out of nowhere into the series now, where they're probably back in front. Just because what's happened the last time will happen forever. But I'm thinking like England attacking this game could be Anderson, Robinson, Wood, Wokes, Ali. And that's without Overton. Overton might play ahead of Wood, I'm not sure. But that's India's batters up to it. I mean, the Oval is the flattest track in England, down there in Surrey. So if they're going to score runs, it'll be there. But
I noted that Michael Vaughan said that Rahane should be dropped and that Ashwin should come in. And so if that's what Michael Vaughan wants India to do, I'm thinking perhaps the opposite has to happen.
Why would Ashwin come in for Rahane?
No. Rahane's got to be dropped and then someone in for him.
Oh, okay.
So Rahane dropped, also Ashwin in.
Okay.
So is he trying to put the cat amongst the pigeons there?
He's doing something.
Well, in the end, he's doing something. He's always doing something.
He's doing something.
Don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So it's I noted it's a tough one. It's a tough decision.
Hey, we've got a series here. It's another great series.
Yeah, and you'd think it is time for, if it's a flat track and they need some skill with the ball.
Yeah.
For tough periods of bowling, then you probably need to bring Ashwin in. But who for? I think what's for sure is Sharma's gone. I would not be getting rid of Rahane, not just because of the mafioso meme that we've propagated.
Yeah.
He's a player with class, and he steps up when they need him to
also
step
the
up.
vice captain.
Yeah. I wouldn't get rid of him yet.
Hashtag RCDC brought to you by ACCO. James Durkin writes in via Twitter. Hashtag RCDC. Have England just had the perfect grade cricketer's day? Rolled the opposition early, on the beers early, plenty of time to study the form guide for afternoon racing. I got to tell you, Pez, mate. Looking at the fans there in a packed, and we're sitting in lockdown Melbourne on a Saturday night. I'm doing an escape room with my girlfriend. More on that later.
What's that? just clarify. That's not a sexual escapade.
Well, we'll leave up to the viewer.
Okay.
And like just sunshine in Leeds, people dressed up as butchers with one mate dressed up as a pig.
Yeah.
And they're singing songs, Jerusalem going off, and I was like, fuck, that looks great fun. That's a great day out. And I hope that we get to watch that in our summer from lockdown at home.
Yeah.
Just make that clear. I don't want to go to the
via
games.
a screen or something like that. Yeah. Empty. Empty hat.
Empty hat.
Gee, James Clouderson bowled well, didn't he?
Oh, Clouderson. All right. Thank you for those who stuck with us here. Thank you for those who stuck with us, who came back for, at least one more day of this. We'll be back for the preview and then the fourth test as well, and also a little live stream for day one on the Oval. Anyway, you know where to find us on the YouTubes and on the internet. So we'll see you next time. Cheers.